welcome to my channel. My name's Angela and this is Devon Thread Tales. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is where I normally share lots of things to do with sewing, the things that I've made, fabric hauls, etc, etc. So if you're new and that's something that you think you'd like to see in future, then please do subscribe, give me a like, say hello in the comments, that would be great. However, today is a little bit of a different video because I've been in a bit of a sewing rut and I thought that I'd lost my sewing mojo, when in actual fact what I've done is I've got to a stage where I feel a bit like I don't really know what to wear. And so it's not that I don't want to sew, it's that I don't know what to sew, if that makes any sense. So I have in my bedroom very limited space for storing my clothing. So what I do is I split my clothing between summer and winter, which I think a lot of people do. And I then get to a stage in both seasons where it starts to change and I don't change my wardrobe over, and I rummage around in, for example, my winter section and pull out stuff, and then I end up with a bit of an amalgamation of all my bits and pieces. So I need a proper sort out, and I thought maybe you guys would like to come along with me and see me change my wardrobe, have a look through what my winter wardrobe looks like between my ready-to-wear garments and my me-made garments, and I'm going to try and see where the holes are in my wardrobe, so that will hopefully then give me inspiration as to what I'm going to sew in the future. So if that's something that you'd like to see, then come along. So this is my bedroom, and it's not very posh, it's not very big, but I thought I would just show you where I store my bits and pieces and what I'm going to be going through. So the bed is a lift-up bed, and underneath there I keep the opposite season to what we're in, my clothing in there. So it's split in half. I'll lift it up in a minute and show you, but at the moment that's currently housing the majority of my winter clothing. It's a bit of a mess because as it gets colder I have a real rummage through and try and pull things out. It doesn't start out like that, but when I show you in a minute you'll see it's really quite messy, but I will sort it out and make it better. Anyway, I then have this chest of drawers beside my bed, which I keep my underwear and my sport gear in. I won't be going through that in this video for obvious reasons, and I won't be going through my pajamas either, which is what I keep in there. I'm going to be purely going through everything that is my sort of casual wear and workwear. I also keep sort of my makeup and toiletries and things in there. So then behind me I have a mirrored wardrobe. So I'll see you. Hello! And I'm very lucky actually. My husband's very patient with me because it's got 3 sections and he only has 1 section and I have the other 2, and I keep everything that's in my current season hanging up in there. So I shall open them up and show you what I've got in there. So again, it's probably not very tidy, but the whole way across the top of my cupboard I have a very slim shelf, and I keep all my shoes sort of boxed up in there. Things that I wear every single day I tend to keep downstairs, so sort of nicer workwear or maybe some going out shoes I keep up there. Then I've got the majority of my summer things hanging up. This is normally dresses and skirts in this section, maybe a few bits of trousers and things like that. Probably recognise a few. It's my day dress that I was in my last video, lots of summer dresses and things, but it's just all too chilly right now to be wearing any of that. I have changed a few things, and I've got like a winter dress here, again things I've pulled out from my cupboard. And then I have a couple of sort of drawer units underneath here which I keep again some more sportswear in, swimming costumes and some vest tops because I don't think that they need to be hung up. And again, vest tops I'm not going to particularly go through because they're something that I tend to wear all through the year really, so they possibly go underneath like a cardigan or a shirt or something like that, or I just wear them on their own in the summer. And then this is the middle section. I'm a bit embarrassed to show you, but a really messy shelf up there. I've actually got a whole load of new bedding, but I haven't put on my bed yet, and it's kind of all up there with a load of other bits and pieces. But in here I've got like a little drawer unit, and that's got sort of sweatshirts and things in, and jumpers. And then I've got a section here, which is just jeans and trousers. I just keep them folded up because I've got limited space for hanging. I don't want to put them in my hanging area. And then here I've just got tops and a couple of jackets. So again, sort of some ready to wear, some that are handmade. I've got definitely some things in there which I haven't worn this summer at all. So I am going to put them away. I'm not going to get rid of them now, but next year when it starts to turn warmer again, I will go through the same process that I'm about to go through now with my winter wardrobe. So I'll now show you where I keep my winter things. So I didn't lie, it is a bit of a mess. I've covered up my husband's half a little bit with a blanket, so he hasn't got all of his stuff on show. But this is my half. Now it is normally all lovely and beautifully folded up and neat and tidy, and then this end I keep my spare bedding and normally scarves and things like that. But like I say, as the season gets colder, I then go rummaging quickly because I haven't, been sensible and organised something the night before. It's normally on the day that I'm going, oh, I need something warmer. So this is what I'm going to sort out today. I'm going to put this into piles of dresses, skirts, trousers and tops. And then I thought I would go through those with you and have a look at things that I like, that I dislike, maybe try a few bits and pieces on and have a look and see where the gaps are in my wardrobe. So I'm going to sort that. I'm not going to do that with you because that'll be very boring, but I'll get it into piles and then show you how I've got on. Hiya, so this is taking a bit longer than I was expecting. But I've now taken everything out of my wardrobe, all of my winter clothes, everything that was a bit of a crossover between summer and winter as well. I've brought it all back into Katie's room just so that my husband doesn't have a fit and he knows he can actually get into bed tonight. And if Katie's watching this, she'll be like that, oh, get out of my room, man. Anyway, I shall flip the camera around and show you the different piles that I've got and then I'll start going through them. So I have a bed full of various piles. There's a whole load of stuff on the floor, a couple of bits up on the windowsill, and I know you don't want to see this, but look at that horrendous rain. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's pretty horrible. Anyway, I have got a whole load of scarves. I've got jeans on the windowsill. This is all the tops that were out of my cupboard. I've got dresses, sort of longer dresses, a mixture, these two piles here, they're a mixture of woven fabric and knit fabric. All of this stuff is a mix between handmade and ready to wear. I've got tops, like warmer tops, some fancy tops, which to be fair, I think I'm going to get rid of all of those. I've then got some tunics, which I'm not sure about, so that would be great to get some opinions on that. Then some jumpers, and then I've got a little pile of skirts over there, and some more skirts there as well. And then I've got a tunic kind of pinafore type thing and some dungarees. So I'm going to go through, I'm not going to try everything on obviously because that would take absolutely ages, but I'm going to go through some bits and pieces and try and get a bit of a feel for whether I remember wearing it last year, whether it's something that I feel I want to wear anymore, and yeah, just see how we go from there. Right, I shall get going. So before I get started on showing you different items from my wardrobe, what I am going to say is that although I really would like my wardrobe to be completely handmade, I am not going to get rid of things just because they're not handmade. If they fit and they look nice and they're perfectly wearable, then I'm going to keep them. And it's only when they but when they wear out or don't fit because maybe I've put weight on or lost weight or whatever the case may be, then I'll replace them with handmade garments then. So I've actually recorded this little section already because this is the first bit of the clothing I was going through and it was so long and I've got a lot of sections to go through, so I'm going to try and speed this up as fast as I can. So short sleeve t-shirts. All I'm going to say is that I only have handmade short sleeve t-shirts. I have a Simplicity one and I have a Deer and D'Ogive one, and this is my absolute favourite. I like both of them. I'm going to keep them. I think it's important to have a few short sleeve t-shirts in your wardrobe because even though in the winter it's quite chilly, sometimes you just want to layer up so that when you're at home and you're doing housework and things like that, you can, take them off because you get hot running around. Then I'm going to go on to 3/4 length t-shirts. Now I have a few. I'm just going to show you this one. This is probably my favourite one. This is a Sew Over It Edie top, which is from their second ebook. However, I do prefer the Cocoa, which is from Tilly and the Buttons. The necklines are incredibly similar, but just the way that the Cocoa has been cut sits on me personally better, but obviously it's dependent on absolutely everybody and your body shape, etc. I really like the Edie top and I'm glad that I've made them and I will wear this again, but the Cocoa for me is the neckline that I'm gonna definitely sort of stick with. So I will make myself some 3/4 length and long sleeved ones in that. Other than that, I've got some basic t-shirts which are just like the Tilly and the Buttons Agnes, and I've got some ready to wear just plain black, grey, white sort of long sleeve tops. But the other one that I wanted to show you was this one. Now this is a bought top that I got several years ago. It's actually from Joe Brown's, I believe, and I know that I didn't wear this last year because I really wanted to wear just all me maids as much as I possibly could. But I took it out and I thought, I really like this top, I should have worn it more. So I'm going to make an effort to wear it. But what it's made me realise is that actually it's nice to have things in your cupboard that are basic tops, because this is just a basic t-shirt, just a long sleeve t-shirt, but it's just been made a bit fancy by having a different neckline or a splash of colour. It's got some applique, it's got different stitching. Now I'm not talking about doing all of that all the time on t-shirts, but actually it's just made me realise that that's the sort of thing that I want to do on some of my other garments. Just take an ordinary basic pattern and then just zhuzh it up in my own special way. So that's t-shirts. I'm going to move on to the next section. So on the same subject as tops, I've got a few here which are ready to wear, which I've really sort of had for several years, and I know I haven't worn them for several years, which is a bit of a shame, but I am gonna get rid of them. Some of them are really, really nice. I just feel like when I wear them, they make me perhaps look a little bit frumpy or something, but I've got this sort of floaty, goey outy one, a very shimmery sort of top like this, which is V-neck back and front. But I don't know, I just never go for them. I never grab them. Sort of a little lacy number, like a bodicey type top. But they just don't appeal to me when they're in my wardrobe, and I just think, what is the point of dragging them in and out of my cupboard every season and then just never wearing them? So they are definitely goners. Then I have a few tops which I love. So this is a pussy bow blouse which I made last year. Now I had the intention of making this so that I could wear this with jeans and things like that, but I do really only wear it to work. It's made from like a very I guess you'd call it like a chiffon, although it's a bit thicker than chiffon, but it's really, really nice. I absolutely love it. I feel really nice when I've got it on, and I'm really pleased because when I first made it, it was one of those things that I was just not sure about. I thought, oh, it's a bit frumpy, but I think I was trying to wear it with jeans and things like that. I would like to have another go at making one of these in a bright fabric, like a black with a bright flower on it or something, and seeing what that would look like with a pair of jeans, because I think that would look really nice. But for me, this feels really worky, and I think that's just down to the colour. So I've got that one. I have a really beautiful, very plain top which I bought, which I won't be getting rid of, and that's quite a nice going out top. And then I have this, which is inside out, this top, which I believe is Simplicity, but again, I'll pop the details down below. I made this in the summer, and I don't really want to pack it away in my summer wardrobe. I really want to keep it out. But I think the reason why I want to keep it out is because I love the fact that it's just a bit different. It is just a top, but it's not just a t-shirt, so it just makes it a bit more interesting, and I absolutely love it. So I think I want to keep it out with the idea that I could possibly layer it up. The only problem with that would be the sleeves, because they tie up into like a knot, so that might look a bit odd underneath a cardigan or something. So I'm not quite sure what to do with that, or whether I maybe need to make myself something that's similar but with a long sleeve or a straight sleeve that isn't gonna ruche up underneath a cardigan, but I really love it, and I love the idea that it's a bit different. So that's sort of tops and things. I then do have a whole load of jumpery tops, which, hang on, I'll go and grab them. So I then do have some other tops which are a bit jumpery, and they're okay, they're fine, and I'm certainly not going to get rid of them. Sort of, again, they're all bought, but they're just really things that I wear for work. But I do have a few things which I feel like I need to give myself a bit of a talking to, and I don't know if anybody else does this. I've bought some things in the past which are safe buys. They're just safe. They're plain and they're boring, and at the time I thought, oh yeah, they're really nice, but they're just a grey jumper and another grey jumper. Now, I can't bring myself to get rid of these, but at the same time, now I'm making stuff, I feel like, yeah, I've got so much more pizzazz to give than just a grey jumper. So I might fold these up in a waiting section. So I've got things that I'm definitely getting rid of. These I'm not really sure about, but I've got a feeling I'm not gonna be drawn to wearing these, because I've now got so much more colour and different things in my cupboard, which that is something that sewing has definitely given me. It's made me sort of open my eyes up to different fabrics and different colours and things like that. So for example, I have this jumper, which is like a batwing jumper, which is bright green, and I absolutely love that. I think that's fantastic, so I'll be keeping that. So yeah, just a few things which I want to get rid of, which I feel a bit bad about getting rid of, but because actually I think I need to brighten myself up and make things cheery. One thing that is really cheery and I do love, but it is really pilled and it's such a shame, is this top here. I'm very skeptical about getting rid of this. It's just a knitted top, but I think this is something that I want to replicate in a me made, and yeah, it's just lovely, and it's nice with a pair of jeans. I'll stick that on with a pair of boots, and that just feels really lovely. And it's just a bit thicker than a t-shirt, but it's 3/4 length sleeves, so I don't get too hot in it, so that's really lovely. And then everything else is just sort of plain little black tops, although I will say this top here, really funny. Every time I wear this, I get so many comments on it. Again, bat-winged. It's not something I really tend to go for, and I don't even remember buying this, but everybody, whenever I wear it, always comments on it, says, oh, I really like your top, isn't that nice? So maybe bat-winged for me is the way to go. I don't know. Right, so that's tops and t-shirts done. Shall we go jumpers or tunics next? Let's go tunics. Right, I'll get on to the next thing. So I'm on to tunics next, and I'm not a massive tunic wearer, and I think the reason behind that is because I'm not really into leggings. I actually do have a tunic on today, so that just makes me look like I'm a complete liar, but anyway. So I'll show the tunic that I've got on. This is a purchase. It was from several years ago. I think I went through a bit of a Joe Brown stage, and I had this was from Joe Brown's, and it's quite short. It has like a little fluty sort of bit on the end, and I just wear this with leggings, and well, at the moment I have them on with my groovy owl socks, but normally I would wear this with a pair of boots, like not Ugg boots, but you know, that kind of style of boot, or sort of slouchy boots, that kind of thing. Maybe Doc Martens, that kind of thing. And I love a scarf, so I would wear a scarf with this as well. Now, I don't know what it is, my husband hates this. I don't know why. And it's really weird because I really love this. I think it's because it's really easy to wear. Like I say, I'm not really a tunic person, and I think the reason that I'm not a tunic person is because in the past, the sort of tunics I've bought are like this. Let me show you. Oh, that's upside down. There we go. This is one of the tunics I bought. Really nice shape and everything, but it has owls on the bottom, and I think this is quite old, but I possibly bought this when my children were a bit younger, and I just thought, oh, this is really cute, it's got owls on it, and it is really cute. But you know what, it's just not me. It's just not me anymore. And I would normally wear that with a pair of navy blue leggings or something like that. But I haven't worn this for a couple of years, so it's a bit sad. But I am going to get rid of that. But I don't feel guilty about it because I know that I have had several years worth of wear out of it, so it's fine. So that's one that's going. This one is a really bright one and I do quite like it. And again, this sort of comes into the whole, you know, making a garment more interesting than just making it up in one fabric. I'm going to get rid of this because, again, it's quite short. In fact, it's a bit too short on me. It's another one that my husband absolutely hates. I don't know why, but anyway. And it's just not my style anymore. But I do love all the colours and things. In fact, actually, do you know what I might do? I might just actually make that into a top because I probably would wear that rather than as a tunic. Oh, there you go. There's something I'm gonna refashion that one. And then I've got this one, which is just really shapeless, and I wore it loads, I did like it, but again, I just don't think it's me anymore. And I know, even though when I hold it up, I think, oh, I quite like that, I've had several years where I know I haven't worn it and it's just been in and out of my cupboard. So I think, on the whole, tunics are just not really my thing. However, what I will say is I have this one, I don't know if you'd class this more as a dress though, which I have worn in the past to work with really thick black tights, but with a white shirt underneath it, and that looked really, really nice. I quite like that, but my white shirt is no longer. I don't know why. I think it got stained in a washing load or something, so I got rid of it, and it just means I've never worn this again. So I think I need a white shirt to go with that. So I think before I get on with anything else, I'm going to get a pad of paper and write down some of the things that I am noticing that are in my wardrobe that are missing, because I think it might be quite nice in another video to maybe go through and have a look at what is missing and then what patterns I'm going to use. So anyway, that's tunics. I'm now going to go on to dresses. Hi, so I've just said that I'm going to go on to dresses, but in actual fact I'm going to stop the video there because this video is very, very long and I'm going to split it into two. Thank you ever so much for everybody who voted on the poll, so that just made it a little bit easier for me. So I'm going to stop it there. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will put the other video up pretty much at the same time anyway, so if you want to carry on and keep watching it, you can. If not, and you want to have a bit of a break and come back to it, that's all good too. Anyway, see you again soon. Bye.